Every empire reaches a moment when a single decision determines whether it will rise to greatness or disappear into history. For one young sultan, that moment had finally arrived. In the winter of 1451, Sultan Murad II passed away. Hundreds of miles away, the death of the Ottoman Sultan spread rapidly across Europe. For many Christian rulers, the news brought not fear, but relief. The warrior who had protected the Ottoman Empire was gone. His successor was only 21 years old. To Europe, he was an inexperienced young ruler. Too many inside his own court. He was a boy carrying the weight of an empire. They expected hesitation. They expected weakness. They expected the Ottoman Empire to lose momentum Murad had built. They had never been more wrong. Murad II was gone. The empire he had strengthened now rested on the shoulders of a 21-year-old sultan. Many had witnessed his intelligence as a prince. But ruling an empire demanded far more than intelligence. News of Murad's death spread faster than an army could march. To the rulers of Europe, the greatest obstacle to their ambitions had disappeared. But the young sultan who replaced him inspired little fear. They believed time was now on their side. While Europe celebrated the death of one sultan, another had already begun planning the campaign that would define history. He understood something his enemies did not. Constantinople would never fall through courage alone. It would fall through preparation. Every army needs food. Every city needs supplies. Every empire depends on its trade routes. For centuries, Constantinople had survived because the sea remained open. Mehmed intended to change that. In the spring of 1452, construction began on one of the most ambitious military fortresses of the age. Rumeli Hisari rose with astonishing speed, dominating the narrowest point of the Bosphorus. One man claimed he could build a weapon powerful enough to break walls that had defeated armies for nearly 1,000 years. Months later, the giant bombard was finally complete. An immense bombard emerged. Oxen strained against heavy ropes. Hundreds of men pulled together. The giant cannon slowly moves towards Constantinople. It was unlike anything Europe had ever witnessed. The journey itself became an engineering achievement. The Janissaries drilled without pause. Archers filled the sky with arrows in perfect rhythm. Engineers assembled siege towers. Shipbuilders launched new warships into the water. Armor's sharpened blade beneath showers of sparks. Every day brought another preparation. Every preparation served a single purpose. Nothing would be left to chance. Too many, Constantinople was impossible. For Mehmed, it was inevitable. For centuries, the walls of Constantinople had challenged kings, emperors, and conquerors alike. Now another army had arrived, and this one had no intention of turning back. Constantine the 11th knew the odds. He commanded barely a fraction of the army gathering beyond his walls. But surrender was never discussed. As a prince, he had imagined these walls countless times. As Sultan, he intended to destroy them. The first blow had landed. But Constantinople refused to fall. The greatest cannon ever built had shaken the earth, but it had not broken the city. The siege had only just begun. Every day, Mehmed destroyed the walls. Every night, the defenders rebuilt them. The battle had become a relentless contest of endurance. Constantine understood that victory was become less likely with every passing day. But as long as the walls stood, so did the empire. There was one obstacle Mehmed could not destroy with cannon fire: the great chain protecting the Golden Horn. For the first time since the siege began, Mehmed had suffered a serious setback. The chain could not be broken. So Mehmed asked a different question. What if the ships never touched the chain at all? Within hours, thousands of men began preparing for one of the most astonishing military operations in history. By sunrise, the impossible would become reality. No commander had ever attempted what Mehmed was about to do. Not because it was difficult, but because it seemed impossible. Every detail had been prepared in secret. Every man knew his task. But only one man knew the entire plan. Warships that belonged in the sea were now climbing a mountain. Failure would destroy months of preparation. Success would change the siege forever. By sunrise, the impossible had become reality. The harbor they believed untouchable had been breached without breaking the chain. The walls of Constantinople still stood. But the balance of the siege had changed forever. After 53 days of relentless fighting, both sides understood that the end was near. Tomorrow would decide the fate of an empire and the destiny of a young sultan. Constantine knew he might never see another sunrise. He chose to remain with his people. Shortly before sunrise, Mehmed gave the order. Hour after hour, neither side surrendered. Now came the empire's finest soldiers. The attack that would decide history. Rather than flee, the last Byzantine emperor chose to fight beside his men. After more than 11 centuries, the impossible had finally happened. For the first time in more than 1,000 years, a new empire walked through its streets. Constantinople had fallen. After 53 days of siege, the city that had defied emperors for more than 1,000 years had finally fallen. At just 21 years of age, Mehmed had achieved what countless rulers before him could not. The conquest of Constantinople was not the end of Mehmed's vision. It was only the beginning. Rather than destroy the city, Mehmed chose to restore it. Royal decrees are announced throughout the city. Citizens are ordered to return to their homes. Craftsmen, merchants, and scholars are invited to rebuild the capital. Markets reopen. Ships once again fill the harbor. The city slowly comes back to life. Constantinople would become the new heart of Ottoman Empire. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves across the known world. It marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of a new chapter in world history. History remembers many kings. History remembers many conquerors. But only a few changed the course of civilization itself. Mehmed did not simply conquer a city. He changed the balance of power between East and West. From the day forward, the young Sultan would be remembered by a name history would never forget. Mehmed the Conqueror.